Welcome to Followed by Mercy with Austin Gardner. This is where we talk about God's grace and mercy that meets us and follows us even in our lowest moments and lifts us to hope again. No matter what's been broken, His love still heals. So let's move from pain to praise together, because surely goodness and mercy does follow me and pursue me all the days of my life. Christmas can be bright, lights everywhere, music playing, people smiling for pictures, and yet for many people, Christmas is also heavy. If this is a season when darkness shows up uninvited, empty chairs feel louder, hospital rooms feel colder, memories feel sharper, grief feels closer to the surface. Some people can carry darkness quietly into Christmas and feel guilty for it, as if somehow out of place is feeling joy right now. But the Bible never pretends that darkness is not real. In fact, it tells the Christmas story by starting there in the darkness. John opens his gospel saying, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Before angels, before shepherds, before Bethlehem, God starts with eternity. Then he moves straight into contrast. And the light shined in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. That verse is not just fluff. It's a declaration of war. Light against darkness. What John is saying is simple. Darkness did not stop him. It did not overpower him. Darkness did not win. But here's what we often miss. The darkness was already there when the light arrived. Christmas didn't happen in a bright world. It happened in a dark one. Politically unstable, spiritually dry, socially divided, morally exhausted. 400 years of silence have passed since the last prophet spoke. People were not singing. They were waiting. They were tired. And into that darkness, the light did not shout. It shone. John says that was the true light, which lighteth every man that comes into the world. Notice what it does not say. It does not say that the light removed all the darkness instantly. It says the light shines in it. That matters, because many people quietly believe this lie. If God is with me, it shouldn't be dark. But Christmas tells us something different. God does not wait for darkness to leave before he enters. He enters the darkness. Matthew tells us where Jesus was born, not in a palace, not in a home, but in a stable. That's not sentimental. That's dark, cold, dirty, smelly, uncomfortable. That is where God chose to show up. Why? Because darkness does not scare him. It never has. Isaiah said, "The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light, and they that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shined." Notice the wording. They walked in darkness. They dwelled in the shadow of death, and light came. And not after they escaped it, but while they were still in the darkness. Christmas is not the story of people climbing out of darkness to find God. It's God stepping into darkness to find people. That includes your darkness, loss, depression, fear, chronic illness, cancer, loneliness, disappointment, the kind of darkness that does not go away when you sing louder. John says the darkness comprehended it not. That word comprehended does not mean understand. It means overtook, overpowered, overcame. In other words, darkness could not overpower the light. Herod couldn't, Rome couldn't, rejection, betrayal, not even the cross, not even the grave. The light was not stopped at Christmas. It was not stopped at Calvary. Luke tells us that darkness covered the land when Jesus was crucified. There was darkness on the earth until the 9th hour. Darkness tried one more time, and it failed, because 3 days later, the stone was rolled away and light walked out alive, which means this: the worst darkness imaginable did not win, so neither will yours. That does not mean your darkness is small. It means his light is stronger. And here is where Christmas becomes personal. Light does not argue with darkness. It does not negotiate with it. It simply shines. You do not turn on a light and then debate the darkness. The darkness leaves, slowly or suddenly, but it leaves. Jesus said, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. He did not say you will never face darkness. He said you will not walk in it alone. That's different. Some of you listening right now are walking through darkness that feels stubborn. It has lasted longer than you expected. Prayers feel unanswered. Joy feels muted. Hope feels fragile. And you wonder quietly if the light is dimmed. It has not. Light does not dim. It cannot. It shines because of what it is, not because of how you feel. John said, God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. No darkness at all. Which means even when you cannot see him clearly, he has not changed. Here is the grace of Christmas. God did not send light from heaven. He came as light in flesh, in weakness, in tears. Jesus wept. Jesus grew tired. Jesus felt sorrow, which means he knows what darkness feels like from the inside. He suffered being tempted, so he's able to succor or to help all them that are tempted. He's running to our aid. He's running to help us. That's what light does. It shows up. Maybe the most comforting truth of all this is darkness does not get the final word. Revelation tells us where this story begins. And there shall be no night there. They need no candle, neither the light of the sun, for the Lord God gives the light. Revelation 22. No night, no shadow, no fear. But until then, the light shines here in hospital rooms, in grief, quiet grief, in tired hearts, in long winters. Christmas does not deny the darkness. It defies it by declaring that light has come and it cannot be stopped. Not then, not now, not ever. If you're listening in the dark this Christmas, hear this clearly. The light has not missed you. It has come where you are, and it's still shining right now. He loves you. I want you to have a very Merry Christmas, and I want you to realize just how much our Father loves you. Mercy and goodness are following you, pursuing you all the days of your life. Thanks for listening to Followed by Mercy with Elsa Gardner. If today's message spoke to your heart, share it with someone who needs to know God hasn't given up on them. Remember, your pain isn't the end of your story. In Jesus, it can become praise. Thank you.